Okay. Corrupted. Alright, we don't need any of that, right? Power of Death. Yeah, no, we don't need that. Okay, 4th level. Definitely need that. Fear, Elemental Body, False Life Greater. Protection from Energy Communal. Is it self-cast? Centered on caster. Okay. Centered on caster. Centered on caster. Okay. Consume Undead. We don't need that. Even though we're a lich, we're more of a damaged lich than a summoner lich. For now. Oh, another really hilarious thing I found out is this spell right here. When you activate this spell, every round, you reduce the level of a character by 1. If they fail their save throw, right? The cool thing about this is that if you reach level 0, you die. Because in this world of Pathfinder, you can't be a level 0, right? You have to be at least a level 1 of some kind. So what I found out is because I accidentally turned this on and walked into my war room, everybody in my war room died while I was like doing kingdom stuff last night. Because all their levels got reduced to 0. So, if you want to kill your allies, you can turn this on and walk around town, and you will legitimately kill everyone by reducing their level to 0. Which is hilarious. And I don't know why that's the case. That is definitely a bug, because it says in the spell itself, it only affects enemies. So apparently only your like party members or counts as allies. Everyone else, enemies. Spell resist. This echolocation. Stone skin communal. There is a better version of both of these spells later, so we don't need to get it right now. Cold Ice Strike is broken, by the way. It is the only spell in the game that is a swift action. Which means you can cast it without ending your turn, and you still have an action left to do things. Why is it a swift action? Probably a bug, but yeah, really broken. Do that. Bone Shield. False Life Greater. Siphon Life. Siphon Time. There you go. Siphon Time is basically slow and haste combined into one, which is why I didn't get slow or haste, because I knew we were going to get this, and getting those two spells will be a waste of a spell slot. Or, yeah, waste of a spell. Prismatic Spray is just fun. Ice Body goes right there. Feast of Blood is a better Exsanguinate, like I said, is a better version of that. Angelic Aspect Greater. I had 2 protection from arrows. Weird. Mage armor should not be there. Oh, no. Yeah, longer spell should be on the bottom, of course. That goes right there. Okay. Greater Angel Aspect. Frightful Aspect. Hungry Flesh. Embrace of Death. What is that? Falls into a coma. Oh yeah, this is like, it's an iffy one. This is why you're waiting for a few patches before buying. Yeah, good choice. Their track record is not the best, but hey, you know, it's a great game. Frightful Presence. Push that up there. Summon super creature. Put that over there. Corrupted magic. Undead command. Summon super creature. Swap that around. And heroic invocation. Yes. Okay. Oh yeah, negative energy eruption. Oh no, we don't get this because it deals straight up damage. Usually these spells will be very OP because it deals just 150 damage, right? That's a lot of damage. But because of this build, you want spells that, again, roll damage instead of like just deal straight up damage. Like this alone, Cold Ice Strike, 15d6. And you multiply that by 3. So 15 times 3 is what? 45. So it's 15d6 plus 45 damage. Which averages around to be like 120, I think. Around there. So, and it's a swift action spell, which is insane. Oh, that's right. Domain of Hungry Flesh doesn't have a cap to the damage. So it's just 2d6 times 19, which is my level. And then it gets all converted and multiplied by... Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright. Enough theorizing. Let's actually go and kill some shit with this build. That previous fight barely satisfies me. You know what I also found out? It's so stupid, but every time you respec, they give you a new Earthshaker. Because they want to give you, like, you know, a new spell. Okay, let's see here. Carapace, we want a... is there a 10 plus 4 armor? I actually haven't, like, looked at this. No. Ah, oh, damn. 10 plus 0. Yeah, no, I think Carapace is like already the strongest thing I have. Yeah. Okay. Belt of Strength. There's no ring that you can really use. Put that helmet on. Put that cape on. Put this on. And that's it. My poor skeleton. I stripped him of all of his gear and gave it to Wolfjif. Even though I'm never going to use him, I still want main characters to have like good gear. Just in case the game forces me to use them. Because you know that this game will force you to use them. Turn that on. Alright, everything should be good. I can still buff myself, right? Even with all that. So let's see here. Expeditious Retreat. Yes. Very good. Alright. Enough leveling. Let's go back to the main place. And then we're gonna go to sleep.
This way.
So that we can like reset everything. Oh god, what is happening? Commander, we managed to beat Cora Mendez's host. The remnant of his army have been retreated to lick their wounds, and we must use this opportunity to go on the offensive. But right now our army is not fully prepared to begin such an expansion. The further we advance into enemy territory, the more we'll need strong and mobile cavalry. I propose we replenish our forces with light cavalrymen. Mendev could offer us plenty. There are many lone paladins in Galarian like me who travel and help the needy. Shall we call upon them to our aid? Cavalry is a crucial element of the army, one that's difficult to replace. Mendevian knights often sacrifice their defense in favor of offensive power, and it is time to put an end to this wastefulness. All riders must be encased in heavy cuirassiers armor so that to avoid unnecessary losses. Why don't we call the wild raiders from the western steppes? They're descendants of fleeing Sicorians, and they hate demons for destroying their homeland. A promise of vengeance and loot is all that would take for their tribe to join us. In my long and productive life, I've taken assignment involving knights, nomads, and other targets who enjoy prancing on horses. And let me tell you, the hardest of those targets were hedge knights. They were true dogs of war who don't have a homeland, but what they do have is experience and sharp blade. If you need cavalry, they are your guys. Okay. Why paladins? The gods have blessed them with strength, protect them against darkness and corruption. They spend their whole life training and performing great deeds. Destroying evil is what they live for, and what they do better than anyone. You think those do-gooders understand anything about true slaughter? Why cuirassiers? There are a certain breed of fighter who think that the glory they win on the battlefield justifies any amount of risk. That may be acceptable for them, but it is not acceptable for the commanding officers. Wasting cavalry in daring attacks only slaps the strength of our own army. We must see to it that all riders are equipped with the best armor, the kind that will provide the highest chance of survival on the battlefield. I would also advise against recruiting any glory seeker or protectors of high ideals to serve as our cavalry for the aforementioned reasons. The riders of Mendev aren't accustomed to fearing for their hides. Your demands, Regal, may lead them to believe that you don't trust them, or even worse, suspect them of cowardice. What are hedge knights? I once had a contract to kill a highborn baron, a famed warrior, never went anywhere without an escort, so I prepared an ambush for his entourage on a forest road in the dark. The screams of that baron when he and his horse fell into the spiked pit. And above him there was a slaughter going on. I showed myself, split open the head of the nearest guard, and darted into the bushes. They followed right into my trap. Crossbows, wooden stakes, sticks out of the ground, all sort of things. Arrows flying about, everyone shouting. They made such a racket they scared themselves. They thought they'd been hit by a whole gang of assailants. In any case, the knight who served the baron because of their oaths do not jitter and bolted, even his kin. The two hedge knights hired fought like wild beasts. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Raiders. Okay. Takoris fell. Many barbarians fled to the west. Yes. Okay. Okay. Light cavalry. Light cavalry, inferior knights. Okay. Yes, they're easy to recruit. Got it. All right. Let's see here. What are the effects? Though we would turn mounted scouts into paladins. Paladins have a plus 17 to hit and 9 to 11 damage. Immunity to fear and disease. Okay. Cuirassiers are 382 hit points, but deals next to no damage. Great. Great. They are literally moving tanks. I see. Hedge Knights, 11 to 13, 18 to hit, 157. Actually, that's pretty good. 11 to 18 plus 18. Wait, they're just better than Paladins. Hello? There's no difference? 157, 18, and 13. 157, 18, and 13. Wow, yeah, they are just better than Paladins in every way. Except Paladins are immune to disease. Who cares? Okay. So we're going to go with Hedge Knights, probably. Raiders. 9 to 10. 169 HP. So more HP, more AC, less damage than Hedge Knights. What about Light Cavalry? Alright, Hedge Knight is. Easy. I don't know why that was even a choice. Hedge Knight
Those
has
sit
the
around
most
hoping
damage.
they'll be saved are pathetic fools. And when we should be off killing demons, instead we have to go and save their useless hides.
Okay, Wenduag. Okay, can I still buff myself? I can. Good. Good. Okay, save. Okay, we're gonna reload because, my god. I don't know what about this game, but whenever you respec your character, it lags the game out completely. I'll try not to do that very often. You know what the sad part is, like, no, that didn't fix it. It's still running at 30 frames a second. Okay, I'll restart the game. Yeah, the sad part about this is, like, all these problems existed in Kingmaker, and for some reason, I don't know why they didn't patch it out yet. It's weird. You would think they would patch out, like, all the problems, right? But no. Base engine bug, probably. You're probably right. Yeah, they're using the same engine, so hopefully they do like a full engine update soon. Maybe for the next game, Kingmaker 2. I mean, Pathfinder 2, and they'll switch from this system over to like second edition. Oh, new Pillars of Eternity. Oh God, me too. All right, there you go. Finally back at 60 FPS. Let's go.
This way.
I still don't know how to do Night Gambler. So we're just gonna exit. Wolf, just get out of my party. Okay. He was good at the beginning of the game, but now he is replaced. Um, now I can't go into the inventory of characters. Okay. Oh, and the game crashed. Great. Great. I kind of expected that when I couldn't go into the inventory of characters. Okay. Let's try that again. I was like, why is the inventory not opening up? Ah, that's why. Oh, you want to send a crash report? No, thank you. No, thank you. I just want to play the game, please. Whoa. Oh, pressing F1 aligns the map to, like, north? I did not know that. That's pretty cool. Really? Oh dear. Oh, that's not good. That is not good at all. I hope that didn't corrupt that save file. We'll try that one more time, but this does not look good. I think I broke it too. I think I might have to reload a previous save file. No. So strange. Is it something in the settings? Probably not. Borderless window. Yeah. Oh. Is there a way to turn off the camera? Like, I hate it when the camera follows characters, especially during combat. Lock camera to moving characters. Oh my god, turn that off. Move the camera to acting character. Turn that off. Yeah, that was bothering me a lot in combat. Auto interrupt movement. Save. Okay, that actually should be better in combat now. Please don't break. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is that I reload the previous save. Well, it's loaded faster than the other times. So, maybe. Don't break. Alright, it didn't break. Okay. Good. Let's save out here. Very good. Oh, that's another bug, by the way. A really interesting and cool bug. Every time you respec into the Lich, it gives you another one of these passive buffs. So as you can see, I respec 1, 2, 3, 4 times with my main character after I attain Lichdom. So, so now whenever I kill an army, I get like 100 skeletons, which you're not supposed to. So, you know. However, because of that, I am literally not gaining anything, I don't think, for recruits. So, yeah. Which is kind of hilarious, yet at the same time very sad. I can't do any of these, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm building the ziggurat. Okay. Oh wait, I'm still gaining stuff? How? I shouldn't be gaining anything from here because I have minus 150 or 200%, I think, right? The cost of recruiting growth for trainable units reduced by 50% times 5. I shouldn't be even recruiting anyone. All of my army should now be undead based. Go down. Okay, yeah, go back. We cannot face off against a level 10 demonic army, I don't think. Travel there, please. Combine together. Good. And you move up. Except, wait, I would regain everything I lose. So 3 of these things would die, I would get them back. 1 of him would die, I would get him back. And I would get back 92 zombies and 70. Yeah, take that. Great. Perfect. Go here. Okay. You need to go right there. I can't recruit anyone, right? Okay. That's good. All right, where the heck am I supposed to go? Wait for the result. Night Gambler, build a ziggurat. All those are just passive things that's just gonna happen. I need to go to Crimson Dust. Wait. Please let me buff first. Pretty please. Thank God. Thank you. So kind. Okay.
Oh, the waiting's never fun.
You're right. The waiting is never fun.
You are my favorite aide.
Where do you want me?
I'm your
I
blade.
crave your commands.
Breath of life, camouflage.
Practice makes perfect.
Does it now?
No reason to pause.
Okay. Let's put these on here. 1 minute per paladin, 10 minutes per level. 1 minute per level. Or of course 10 minutes per level. 1 minute per level. 1 minute per level. Right. We'll put that last.
I crave for adventure.
We're also exhausted or fatigued.
Smile. The world's not ending just yet.
So we can actually remove fatigue with lesser restoration, I think. Yeah. So anyone who's fatigued should use it. Oh, okay. Fine. Use it on him. Use it on him.
Shake a leg!
I welcome your company.
Quick! Else we miss all the fun!
There you go.
Rules are made to be broken.
23.
This thing refuses to cooperate.
Spell resistance shouldn't be used yet.
Let's save some adventures for
Oops. I meant to use that on him first.
You require my unbiased opinion?
Okay. Okay. Got it.
We should rest.
Yes.
You don't want me to fight tired, do you?
Yes.
Oh, you get fatigue back? Oh, that's dumb. Okay. I need the owl. She needs it. Woo. Well, actually, let's do enlarge first. And that's it. You're the only strength-based character, I think.
The
Wait,
odds are
are
against
you
us.
strength-based?
I
Oh my
like
god, you
that.
are strength-based.
I am
Anything
yours
new?
to command.
Alright, cool. That should be it.
I'll prove I'm the best.
Yeah, I don't know why Wenduag doesn't have enough wisdom by herself to cast 5th level spells. That annoys me. Like, why is her base stat not enough for her own build? Okay, she's supposed to be a full-on... Actually, I take that back. She's supposed to be a full-on fighter. I did spec her into a part ranger. Maybe that's why. No, you know, not even maybe. That is definitely why. But still, you know, kind of annoying. Okay, this is a lot more than I thought. Friendly creature, self, ally, personal. Okay. All right. Cool. Let's buff you.
Inimosi travisi. 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 Inimosi travisi.
Great. That is that man.
Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi. Manishrim sukino. Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi.
Ready to serve.
I love buffing people. It's somewhat satisfying.
I will help where I can.
Wait, what? This isn't personal? Oh.
Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi. Amranda gratio. Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi.
Shall we move? We shall move.
All right, let's see if I can still buff myself. I can. Raptor. Oh my god. So that is false life greater and a false life. Stacks on top of each other for 75 temporary HP. Protection from energy communal.
I'm always open to ideas.
Wait, you don't have protection from energy communal? Oh no, you do. Okay, so I don't need to
Tell
cast
me
that.
what? So little time.
Resist energy
Are you
communal.
ready to
Do
move
you
out?
not have resist energy communal? Oh, I don't know why I don't have that in there. No, you only have protection from energy communal.
The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
You are my favorite aide.
Let's
Strange.
shake a leg.
Oh, but you do,
Skip the
right?
pleasantries.
You have resist energy communal? You don't either. What the hell? Are you saying all this time I don't have resist
Brave
energy
for
on any of my
adventure.
characters? Oh dear. Okay. Well, that's kind of dumb. Okay, that's a habit that I'm doing, and I need to stop. There you go. Lower things should go first. Do I have angelic aspect? I do not. Okay. Do I have bone shield? I do not. The hell? Hi? Random shadow demon? Why do you spawn into existence? Is it this? Oh, that's right. When I cast a 6th level spell or higher, I summon a shadow demon to fight for me for 2 minutes. Huh. Cool. Holy shit. I grew so much. I didn't have Blessing of Unlife. Yeah, I knew I was forgetting something. Huh. Okay.
Missed me already.
Maybe. Alright, thank God. That's like 100 buffs. We're fine. Let's go.
This way.
I mean, we're probably stronger than most creatures in this game now. So. The hell was that? Of all the scrolls the intent gave us to choose this one, really? It didn't even occur to you this was a problem. How are we going to face our mentor now? This is just a spell that, well, long story short, it'll help us against the demons. We still want to be safe from the demons, don't we? Oh, seems like we have reinforcements. And it's commander, no less. Point at the moving sprouts. What is that? This is a cluster of flexible, elongated, pulsating objects. These are the sprouts of plants whose behavior seems highly uncharacteristic for plants. You can call it a demon trap. Yes, definitely, it's a demon trap. They only look like ropes that are wider than at the base and narrow at the end, and suddenly gain the ability to move. You're saying like tentacles. By the way, did you know that one of 8 tentacles of a male octopus is also its reproductive organ? I did actually know that. Nenio, no. Say no more. I don't want to know. We don't use word like this here. Like pollen? Yes, that's right. The plant shoots are full of pollen. Oh my god. Who are you? Crusaders Commander, Squire of Sir Alfrey. Commander. We will be here shortly. Once he finished inspecting the position, we were preparing for battle. What happened? We're escorting rescue prisoners from Canabres after we heroically liberated them. But there's an issue. Those from whom they were rescued now pursue us. So our leader and mentor, Noble Sir Alfred, decided to take a defensive position and fight. And we tried to get ready for battle. The young man looked hesitantly at the squirming plants. So, where's your leaders? He is here and hurrying to appear before you. The Azimar standing before you screamed severely. His armor and gear have seen many a battles, but are carefully polished. Every belt is properly fitted and every buckle sparkle. The Azimar gallantly greets you. My sincere greetings to the Knight Commander of the 5th Crusade, the hero of the Battle for Canabres and the Battle of Dresden. Meeting you is an indisputable honor for me. I am Sir Alfred, a loyal follower of divine Iamade, a knight, a nobleman, a crusader. These young men are my squire, and we... The knight interrupts himself and turns his gaze to the sprouts springing forth from the ground. His eye goes wide. What is this? Sir! Salute, sir. As we are about to depart the garrison, the Intendant Arcanus gave us a scroll that creates a demon trap. We decided that now is the best time to use it. This is a very good trap. These wriggling serpent-like grabbers can firmly hold the demon. Exactly. These rope-like moving, sprouting pseudopods have the optimal shape to grab and immobilize demons. Why don't you just call them tentacles? The first squire grows pale. The second one clutches his chest and steps back. A martyr expression appears on Sir Alfred's face, and he seems to struggle for a moment. Then he says, I respect your opinion immensely, Commander, for it is born out of your wisdom and experience, and yet it does not seem to me that these vine-like magic devices deserve to be called that. But still, what's your problem with tentacles? The squire gives you an accusing look. The knight adjusts a strap on his armor with a nervous gesture. I am flattered by the interest of such a heroic leader in my humble self, but if you will allow me, I would prefer not to answer the question about my issue with the limb typical of octopuses and the other sea creatures. They are connected to a harrowing and traumatic episode in my past. One I prefer not to remember. I am positive that, compared to the scale of affairs and tasks the leader of the Crusaders must face every day, this issue is insignificant and hardly worthy of mention. Wow. This poor man was hentai'd. That is a sad fate. My God. Forgive us for our tactless question, noble sir. Every person has rights to have secrets of his or her own, and it would be most disrespectful for us to infringe on this right. Thank you for your tact and sympathy, my noble comrade in the crusade and my kindred in the celestial blood. Diplomacy 20. I mean, I have plus 30 something to diplomacy. Plus 40 to diplomacy. Yeah, I can't fail this. Be brave, Sir Alfred. Don't run from your fears. Say tentacles proudly and boldly, and let the shadow of your past recede. A fire flares in the knight's eyes. What heartfelt words! I am humble and grateful that you took the time to address me and the dark corners of my soul, so to speak. I feel like your words have awakened something in my soul, something worthy of pride. We have cleared up the question that troubled me. Now it is time to turn our attention to a more pressing matter. Tell me, my squires, did you brief the commander and outline the gravity of our situation? Yes? Or no? I don't remember. I think something was said about a very, very nasty demon. I beg your pardon, and I ask that you not judge these young men harshly. They cannot be blamed for a lack of diligence. They are just young. They have not yet fully mastered the art of war and have not realized the importance of discipline. In time, they will become the pride of the Crusader forces. I am certain of it. The squire smiles as he listened to the knight's words. The second squire proudly thrusts out his chest and he discreetly tries to wipe a clump of mud off his armor. I'll brief you myself, Commander. A monster really is pursuing us, but it is not a demon. It is something even more heinous and unnatural. A demodon? The assessment of it and as a very, very nasty creature is accurate. My squire and I raided its lair and liberate several prisoners this thing was going to drag to the abyss, but now the monster is coming after us. I estimate it will be here in half an hour. We plan to fight. I'll be happy to help. This is wonderful, Commander. It'll be an honor to fight by your side. Please prepare yourself, for the very, very nasty demon end will soon be here. Oh boy. 30 minutes have passed? Oh man, most of my buff is gonna wear off. Oh no. A very, very nasty demon den. It's a tentacle monster. Of course it is. The creature that appears before you look alien and disgusting even to those accustomed to the abomination of the world wound. Very, very nasty is a fitting description. Its flesh seems to boil and melt, and long dark growths constantly shift and stretch along its flesh. The demon den stares at Sir Alfred. A mortal with the blood of heaven. I recognize your smell. It was you who dared break into my lair and steal my offering to my master. For this, you will become an offering yourself. You and everyone with you. Are you trying to threaten me with your puny weapons? It would barely scratch me, but I can crush you like a maggot. I am the commander, of the 5th Crusade, and these people are under my protection. So, you can go away now. You hear that, monster? We're not the only ones standing against you. Our heroes and leaders stand with us. Be afraid, monsters, for the final hour of your villainy in the land of Galarian has come. And don't try to threaten me with your might, your invincibility, or those disgusting appendages. For the strength of the true knight is not in his shield, sword, or armor. A brave heart is my sword, and my faith in the righteous cause is my shield. Yet even more importantly, this knight has the power of tentacles! Wait, don't walk into the tentacles! Okay. Okay, this entire encounter is great. I love it. It's hilarious, it's fun. The writing is fantastic. All of my short-term buffs have now faded, and that sucks.
They'll beg me to stop.
Holy shit. Wenduag just dealt over 150 damage in one turn. Oh my god. Respecking her was the right choice. That was an amazing amount of damage. Really? You failed to overcome the resistance? You rolled a 3. Really? Cleave. Improve Vital Strike. Can I charge? I can charge. Go! Never mind. Usually to charge. Oh god, please don't kill him! Is he dead? Is he like dead? Can I like resurrect him? Please tell me I can. Oh man. That sucks. Okay. Oh, that was slow. My bad.
Simply business.
Oh, Grey Boar is so big. Oh, thank God. You're alive. Whew. I thank you for your help, Commander. And I thank you even more for persuading me to confront my fears. No more twisting, elongated, vine-like things for me. Now, when I see tentacles, I will boldly exclaim, "There are tentacles!" I was happy to help. I like to kill monsters that threaten me, especially ones with tentacles. Cutting off the tentacles with which evil grasp our home and hearts, we make the world a better place. Before you move on to the do great things that lay ahead of you, allow me to present you with a small gift. A humble knight, no matter how noble, could hardly possess something that would surprise you, but let this gift serve as a memento of our encounter. A +4 axe. Too bad I don't use axes.